Sustainable Development Goals, which is a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. Sustainable Development Goals has a total of 17 goals, but today our main focus is SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. In the subtopic of Digital Revolution, followed by our title, MySejahtera Harnessing Digital Revolution in Combating COVID-19 in Malaysia. Before we proceed, I want to be clear about the SDG 9. As I said before, SDG 9 is one of the Sustainable Development Goals that intended to be achieved by 2030. It aims to build a resilient infrastructure, promote sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. So, why is SDG 9 is important to build a better world? It is because SDG 9 will open more job opportunities, making the economic growth increase and lessening the income poverty.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease that was discovered in Wuhan, China during the late year of 2019. After a year of widespreading, the World Health Organization (WHO) declared the outbreak public health emergency of international concern on the January 30th and the pandemic on March 11, 2020. During the pandemic, people were urged to stay at home in order to have themselves protected against the possibility of infection. Several symptoms of people with COVID-19 are included as dry cough, difficulty of breathing, fever, or chills. This disease transmits when people breathe in the air contaminated by droplets and tiny particles. This infection alone has been estimated to have reported over 4.54 million deaths in only 2 years of spreading, making it the deadliest pandemic in history.
I believe everyone has been wondering what is actually MySejahtera. MySejahtera is an application developed by Malaysian government to assist in monitoring COVID-19 outbreak in the country to empower users to assess the health risk of being infected of this virus. The app, which was launched on April 20, was aimed at monitoring COVID-19 management in Malaysia. The purpose of the data collection based on the information you provided on your health condition, MySejahtera, close contact with a confirmed case in case your health condition requires a follow-up with a healthcare personnel, and also helping you identify whether your current location is a hotspot area, and most importantly, it to trace the place you have been in case there's a positive COVID-19 case reported. As so you know, nowadays, checking in with MySejahtera is a requirement when you are away from one's home. This shows the need of MySejahtera in our daily life as a compulsory because every sector in Malaysia is using MySejahtera.
In Malaysia, MySejahtera is widely used for the purpose of population surveillance, case identification, contact tracing and evaluation of interventions of basis of mobility data and communication with the public. We have conducted a survey to see the response and perspective of Malaysians in effectiveness of MySejahtera in combating COVID-19 in Malaysia. We have received over 200 responses from all around the country. Our survey consists of 15 sets of questions which cover demographic, perceptions, the positive and the negative of the apps, as well as opinion about the tracking app. We have received a balanced number of respondents from urban and rural areas. Our respondents vary in age from 13 to 65 years old, with more female respondents than male answering the form. From the survey, 99% of our respondents have MySejahtera installed on their phone. The remaining don't have the app because they don't own a smart device. However, all respondents believe that MySejahtera should be a compulsory app to have on their own device.
From our survey, we found out that 73% of users use all of the functions in MySejahtera to track their hotspot location, register for vaccination, as well as to check their risk of being infected by the virus. The remaining 27%, however, only use MySejahtera for the check-in function. We found out that all respondents actually agree that MySejahtera is actually an effective tool to be used to combat COVID-19. As the virus is spread by close contact among people, MySejahtera can be detect potential outbreak in any area, and those quicker and more effective can be measured.
MySejahtera has now become one of the important things needed in everyone's life. The facilities that have been provided facilitated the life of the users. The use of MySejahtera in the life of the community has also shown an enchantment. The community has begun to practice the use of MySejahtera and now show positive effects. In fact, research also showed that according to data released by the Health Ministry, more people check in with the MySejahtera application during the stringent total lockdown than during the movement control or the MCO 3.0 period. Besides that, it shows that about 4% of the total COVID-19 cases recorded were detected directly via the self-health assessment function in the MySejahtera. More than half of them find MySejahtera useful to check the latest standard operating procedure for their daily activities, or to get virtual health advice and to take the behavioral risk test. MySejahtera, more or less, has been really useful for these couple of years. But the question is much more complex. How far do you think MySejahtera can go in the future? Instead of just a contact tracing application alone, MySejahtera can be elevated to an active health-related operating system. With that being said, they should allow easy access to the healthcare provider from only licensed pharmacies or clinics for medicinal supplies or purchases.
In addition to this, people with impaired health will be able to keep on track of their scheduled appointment throughout the app. For example, people shall facilitate the access of treatment by attending healthcare personnel upon admission into a hospital under the monitoring of the responsible doctor or specialist. Furthermore, dissemination of health information should not be geographically bound, but also accessible across borders, especially for frequent travelers locally or internationally.
Malaysia has now advanced in practicing the use of digital revolution in daily life, which brings our country to in line with leading countries in controlling the spread of COVID-19. It is also hoped that the use of the digital revolution can be expanded to provide a better management of COVID-19 and a sustainable life. Based on the data received and collected, we can prove that MySejahtera harnessing digital revolution in combating COVID-19 in Malaysia. All the benefits stated before already reinforce the points mentioned. We hope that the use of MySejahtera will be developed in the life of community to create a better and more sustainable life for all. To sum up, MySejahtera is an excellent application that tremendously helps Malaysia combat COVID-19. Utilizing all the features in the app, we are sure that the long battle with COVID-19 will soon come to its end. Hopefully, by being able to track contact, report symptoms, as well as facilitate vaccinations, we will be able to eradicate the virus in Malaysia. MySejahtera is a perfect example of using digital revolution under SDG 9 in combating the spread of COVID-19.
Surely, while we are all devastated by the virus since the first time it was discovered, we can still strive and take advantage of the presented situation to close the gap in communication technology by bringing people closer together despite having to apply social distancing with each other to together hand in hand put an end to this pandemic. As much as we have to suffer losses during this difficult time, we still enjoy some gains and thus making the world we live in a better place.